This boutique hotel right here in the heart of Dalton, Georgia is called The Carpentry, and it's a really nice place to come stay when you bring the family to come visit Dalton. And it's located right on Kyler Street at the corner of Kyler and Penn Street, downtown Dalton, Georgia. Let's get it. Good afternoon, this is P9 and I am here in Dalton, Georgia. Dalton is a city and county seat of Whitfield County, and it is known as the carpet capital of the world due to it being famous for its manufacturing of carpets. And Dalton has a population of 34,417. And the metro area of Dalton has a population of 124,837. And it's located off of I-75. And it's not far from Chattanooga, Tennessee. And Dalton is also the second largest city in Northwest Georgia after Rome. So again, a lot of carpets, rugs, and vinyl flooring is manufactured right here in Dalton. That's its bread and butter as far as its industry is concerned. And right now I'm walking down Hamilton Street, the main drag in downtown Dalton. So you have a Baptist church right here. They have a general store over here. Mediterranean restaurant. Cafe Ostro. So Dalton is also located at the foot of the Blue Ridge Mountains here in North Georgia. Downtown Dalton is filled with a ton of small shops, restaurants, barbershop salons, boutiques, all of those things, all of the above. So the sun is out in full effect now that it is the afternoon. Before I got here to Dalton, it was pretty cloudy. And when I stopped in Adairsville, Rome, and Calhoun, it was still cloudy as well. But now it is very sunny outside. Jefferson's. And check this out. This building in which this Jefferson's occupies is called the Chester House. The Chester House was constructed in 1844 and built by William Chester Jr. So this was originally the Chester House Hotel. back in the 1800s. It was originally a 3-story building with a large basement. Some of the construction is said to be antebellum. During the Civil War, federal soldiers were housed on the 2nd floor while their horses were kept on the 1st floor.
Where's everybody else at?
Outstanding Preservation Project 2022, City of Dalton Historic Preservation Commission. So you can see right here, this is a very historic building. And it used to be a 3-story hotel. And check out this mural right here. This mural is called King Peacock, and it was done by Burr Park. So it's a really nice mural right here, and it has Dalton, Georgia on there, of course, and it was established in 1847. That was the year Dalton was established. And it has the peacock. So beautiful piece of art right here. Let me detour over here, because here comes another one of those historic train depots. This is the historic Dalton Depot. I'm looking at the front of it right now. It looks like there's some renovations going on at the moment.
I don't know.
They're renovating the interior of the building, but this was one of the depots on the Western and Atlantic Railroad Depot, again between Chattanooga and Atlanta. So Dalton, along with the Daresville and Calhoun, were also stops on this particular railroad. So this is the Dalton Historic Railroad Depot. I'm at the corner of King Street and Hamilton Street now. About to cross over and get this section of King Street down here. Check this sculpture out right here, this golden peacock. And it's called Peacocks on Parade 2012, celebrating 20 years of the Nutcracker. And the artist was Paula Plott Gregg. Shout out to Paula Plott Gregg for this nice sculpture of this golden peacock. This is the Dalton Brewing Company right here. So they do have a brewery downtown Dalton. They also have a Dominican restaurant. Okay. It's the first time I've actually seen a Dominican restaurant in one of these small towns down south. Well, Dalton is more like a mid-sized city, but nevertheless, it's the first time I've seen it. Something like a Dominican restaurant in one of these southern cities. I'm at the corner of King Street and Pent Street. There goes a parking deck right there. Whitfield County parking deck. Check out all these American flags right here in the median right here. Surrounded by the American flags. How about that? American flags. Yo, DJ Trump said he gonna make America great again in his second non-consecutive term. Well, I've never seen this many American flags so close together before. But it makes for pretty good footage. And this right here, family, is the Whitfield County Courthouse. This looks like a relatively modern building from the outside. You can tell by the bricks. Looks like they haven't been up that long. Again, that's the Whitfield County Courthouse. Okay, and right outside the Whitfield County Courthouse, they have this playground. That's interesting. I've never seen a playground that sits right next to a courthouse before, but that's really nice how they have it designed. And this is actually called Dalton Green, which was dedicated November 10th, 1979 by the mayor and council, M. Donald Ellis, and Richard Blamlett, director. And Town Lift at the time, or the Town Lift committee, was W.C. King. And you can see it's right here on this marble stone. And again, it's called the Dalton Green. So I'm guessing that will be the name of this park right here. Have a Truist Bank right here. And I'm at the corner of Selvage Street and Wall Street. We're just slightly outside of downtown, but I wanted to get this right here because this is Dalton City Hall. Again, it has that modern look to it. So it's in a modern brick structure, and it's Dalton City Hall, which also hosts the Dalton Public Schools Administration Office. But I'm gonna be back shortly with more footage of downtown. Stay tuned. Back on King Street, about to head back down to Hamilton Street afterwards. But this building right here is a historical building. And in front of it is a marker for Tristram Dalton, which is what the city of Dalton is named after. Tristram Dalton was born in Newbury, Massachusetts, graduate of Harvard in 1755, admitted to the bar, but followed mercantile pursuits. Delegate to Convention of Committees of New England Provinces, Providence, Rhode Island in 1776, member of the Massachusetts House of Reps, 1782 to 88, Speaker, 1784 to 85, U.S. Senator, 1789 to 91, and surveyor of the Port of Boston in 1814 to 1817. His grandson Edward White laid out the city of Dalton, Georgia, donating land for a city park and church sites. The city was named in honor of Senator Dalton and his wife and daughter Mary, mother of Captain White. Okay, Tristram Dalton. First time I've ever heard that name in history. So I guess this was the original city hall here in Dalton, because moments ago I saw the current city hall. And yes, this is the original city hall. The date of construction was 1937, and it was built in Georgian architectural style during the Great Depression by the Works Progression Administration. It was renovated by the city of Dalton in 1979 and in 2005 by Robert Shaw, founder of Shaw Industries, as his office. So I'm assuming this building is still in operation as far as being occupied. But the current city hall is located slightly outside of Dalton. We saw that not too long ago. Yeah, I don't even think the building might not even be occupied, because you can see right there, the outside lamp is hanging off of its post. So it may not even be occupied anymore. And here comes another golden peacock statue. This time it has the tape around it, and it has the wall and Main Street sign over it, and it also has a painting of what looks like a bear and a bull. Okay, that's really dope. It got like some blue hearts around it as well. But it's called Ira, and it was adopted by Arlenette Laughter Miller T. Jones III, and the artist was Dr. Karen Heed. So again, it's called Ira, I-R-A, and the artist was Dr. Karen Heed, or Hyde. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. It's spelled H-E-I-D. So shout out to Dr. Karen Hyde. She did a great job on that sculpture and that painting. Kicks and clips. Wow. Oh, interesting. So I guess it's they sell shoes and sports apparel, and operates and functions as a barbershop as well. Never seen that before. Kicks and clips, that's very innovative. And then that right there is a Hidden Cloud Vapes shop. I hear that train, I hear a train in the background. Check out this building right here. This building was called Trevitt Hall. It now functions as a loft apartment building, but Trevitt Hall was originally constructed in 1871 and built by John P. King and J.F. Trevitt, and it was originally occupied by Trevitt Hall, and it was built as a center for community activities. Trevitt Hall opened on July 4th, 1871 with a hop dance. The interior was destroyed by fire in 2001, but the original facade was preserved and the building resumed its original function as a meeting place. So there it is right here. But I believe right now it looks like it has the lofts at Trevitt Hall on the door, so it might be functioning as a loft building at this moment. Over here at the corner of Hamilton Street and Crawford Street. I see a train moving over there. About to go over to that park momentarily across the street. There goes another statue of a peacock. Man, they love their peacocks here in Dalton for sure. It's called Civitan Park, adopted by the Dalton Civitan Club, artist Denise Newton. Nice job by Denise Newton, excuse me. Denise Newton did a great job on this. This is a painting. It looks like some flowers right up in here. And there goes a diagram of a creek, playground, and the actual Civitan Park right here in Dalton. And there's it looks like some quotes written on this peacock. One of them being, "My soul knows no fear but its own unworthiness. My hope is for a better world through Civitan." Okay. My soul knows no fear but its own unworthiness. Yeah, that's definitely something to live by, that's for sure. And this right here with the Art Deco marquee is called the Wink Theater. So another Dalton's another city with a old school historical theater facade to it. Across the street is a Masonic temple building. There's a coffee shop over there as well. Okay, the Carpet and Rug Institute. Greater Dalton Chamber of Commerce. So I guess that's what this building is right here. The Greater Dalton Chamber of Commerce and the Carpet and Rug Incorporation. Remember I mentioned earlier in the video, Dalton is known for its manufacturing of carpets and rugs and all type of different flooring. This particular building was originally a post office building. It was constructed in 1909 and architected by James Knox Taylor. So its original occupancy was the U.S. Post Office. And resembling many public buildings in colonial America, the first post office for Dalton was built in the Georgian architectural style. It was renovated in 1986 to house the Dalton Public Schools administration offices. Now, the Dalton Public Schools administration offices are now over at City Hall, present City Hall. So that's just the old building right here. Getting ready to cross the street over here now. Go check out Burr Park. Just missed the train riding on the railroad tracks, but earlier I was passed by the depot. So this is Burr Park right here, and as you can see, it has this large field, grass field right over here. Of course, it has a sound stage, so you know there's musical performances that are done over here. And this is a pretty nice space to come out here and have a little lunch, picnic, whatever, and just kick back and relax. Nice plants right here. Then you have these benches right here that sit underneath this shade. Oh yeah, there's plenty of shade right over here for sure. But this is Burr Park. Looks like it hasn't been here that long. Like even when you look over there to the left, there's it looks like the building is relatively modern. Matter of fact, let me get a closer up. Okay, so it's the Burr Performing Arts Park, dedicated May 19, 2018, made possible by generous investments from Janee Burr, Community Foundation of Northwest Georgia, City of Dalton, Dalton Utilities, Optilink, Bob and Anna Sue Shaw Foundation, Thomas Durkin Family, Lyndhurst Foundation, and the mayors were Dennis Mock and David Pennington III. And there goes the list of the council members. Designed by, park was designed by Nathan and Lowell Kirkman. The pavilion was designed by Kenneth Harless of KRH Architects, and the contractors are B&J Reed Construction and Felker Construction. So all of these are all the players that helped develop this park right over here, right by the railroad tracks. But yeah, you could tell this was established in 2018, because look at how modern the structures are. Even when you look at this building right here, that modern kind of a mixture of brown, of dark brown, mahogany, and like a beige kind of color, light brown brick. Yeah, very modern, very modern. And here goes the railroad tracks over here. Again, I just missed the train not too long ago. But yeah, there you have it, Burr Park, downtown Dalton. Really chill park. I'm over here at the other end of Hamilton Street, and there's another peacock. This one was adopted by Casey Carpenter, and it's called the Sweet Spot because of its painting of multiple ice cream cones. And the artist of this beautiful painting and sculpture was Jess Plott Thomason. So shout out to Jess Plott Thomason for this beautiful piece of art, as it sits right in front of this coffee bar called Lo-Fi. And here's a Mexican restaurant right here called Tijuana's. And in front of here, they have these interesting wooden carved benches with the wheels on the side of them. That's pretty dope. Tijuana's Mexican restaurant. It's a must that I go check this out over here. This one's called Peacock Alley by Brandy Richmond, adopted by John Davis. Brandy Richmond did a really nice job on this one. This one looks like it's more like a silver color as far as the peacock is concerned. And it has this nice design. Looks like something that could be incorporated into a quilt or maybe even a scarf or bandana. Really nice design. And again, this is by Brandy Richmond. And right over here in this building, this is called the Crescent City Tavern right here in Dalton. And as you can see right here, and check this out, I like how this is a pretty interesting looking tavern right here, because right over here they have a beanbag tossing area. Of course, they have the seating area over here. So it's a Crescent City Tavern Bar and Grill. And check this out. This is the big wave stage right over here. Nice mural over here. Kona Brewing Company. Let me see who the artist is. At Benefield_art. There's the signature right there of the artist. So really nice. This is a really nice little area over here. Of course, nothing going on right now. Still early in the day, but I'm pretty sure during the prime time, the peak hours, especially at night, maybe even during happy hour, I'm pretty sure this place gets pretty lit. And this is another nice little painting right here, the different colors. It has Crescent City, and it looks like a strawberry or something of that sort, green. It's really nice though. And there goes the painter of this mural. Can't really pronounce that. I don't know if it says Spark or Rourke, I don't know. Ozark, I can't really tell what that is, but it's nice nevertheless. Then you have your owls, your owl sculptures. So it looks like a pretty cool place here in Dalton, Georgia for nightlife activities. The Gallant Goat. The Gallant Company. So I wonder if there's any information on this bad boy. It's a nice building. I'm coming up on the Dalton Visitor Center, which is housed in what looks like the Dalton Railroad Depot building. And here outside of that building, we just have a little basically timeline with markers of the textile and manufacturing history here in Dalton. The textile and tufting industries transformed Dalton into a leading industrial center in northwest Georgia. So long before carpet manufacturing arrived, the Cherokee occupied this land until Indian removal in 1838 and 1839. Early settlers had established the crossroads community of Cross Plains by 1837, and it was renamed Dalton in 1847 by northern speculators who were following railroad development. And here goes a map of Dalton back in 1865. So local entrepreneurs responded quickly to the cry to bring cotton mills to Georgia in the 1880s. And construction began on the Crown Cotton Mill near Hamilton Spring in 1884, followed by Elk Cotton Mill. So it's just some images right here of all the mills right here in Dalton. There's one of the carpet manufacturing plants right here. Catherine Evans, early young Dalton resident. Catherine Evans, later Whitner, revived the Candlewick tradition of producing hand-tufted bedspreads by tufting cotton yarns into muslin fabric. Okay. And this was in Hamilton Street, early 1900. So this is just, here goes some cotton mills and villages right here in Dalton. It's also a major cotton manufacturing center by northwest Georgia. in the early 20th century. So there's the Crown Cotton Mill, the Mill Village Street, you know, Mill Village, Westcott Mill baseball team, Crown Point School. And this is just women in the industry of textiles. They were using a lot of these textiles to put together and sew, hand cutting tufts. So during the carpet industry, or the carpet era, when Dalton was emerging as a carpet manufacturing city, the chenille industry is how it really exploded. You had krill yarns right here, you had yarns, you had the tufting machine, which was very crucial in the development of carpeting. So Dalton Utilities provided the needed water, electricity, and gas to sustain growth for companies to remain here. So by the mid-1970s, Dalton was home to 90% of the nation's carpet manufacturers. In the 70s and 80s, there were more than 200 different carpet producing companies. Yeah, that's interesting about Dalton. Welcome to Dalton. Peacock Alley. Here's a map of, I guess, a lot of the this is a map of like all the carpet, rug, and tufting mills right here in Dalton. So it's a tons of them, tons of them. But let me go ahead and proceed down to the Railroad Depot building. A lot of fascinating history about the textiles and carpet manufacturing here in Dalton. But this is the Dalton Freight Depot building. And across those railroad tracks is a couple of abandoned buildings. One of them was once called the Manly Jail Works. So I'm guessing that was also a factory, because usually those factories and warehouses were situated next to railroads. Made it easier to transport the goods and everything like that. And this also functions as a gift shop right here. And they have little maps right here you can grab for free. Northwest Georgia, Dalton the right way. So again, right here, it's a gift shop in there if you want to get souvenirs and things of that nature of Dalton. Sherman neckties. The display in front of you consists of one bent rail, okay, right over here. So one bent rail and two straight rails from the Civil War era. The bent rail was recovered in August of 2011 from the murky waters of Swamp Creek near the Western and Atlantic Railroad trestle just north of Tilton, Georgia. It is thought the great locomotive chase ran along these very rails in 1862. There goes the railroad. I got here right on time. The freight train. Norfolk Southern, shout out Norfolk Southern. Had to get that. Glad I got the train. Dalton Freight Depot was constructed in 1914, built by the Southern Railway. Originally occupied was the freight depot. The depot was in operation from 1914 to 1955. It is one of two important railroad depots that serve downtown Dalton's commercial and industrial community. It was renovated in 2009 as a visitor center, train viewing station, and meeting place, which is where it functions as of today. Very nice, very nice. I got here right on time too. Glad I got here in enough time to get the train. All right. Here comes the Crescent City. It looks like a sleeper. Looks like a sleeper train. I think that's what they call them, the sleepers. But it has this silver aluminum, or it's either a sleeper or a Pullman. But it's a Southern Railroad, and it's a Crescent City Railroad car. City of Dalton dedication marker and grateful appreciation to Mr. Jonathan Kaler and Mr. Mark Hanna for their charitable donation of the Crescent City train car, which thanks to them is now a historic display of enduring interest to this and future generations of train enthusiasts, children, and young at heart. And that was in 2011. So shout out to Mr. Jonathan Kaler and Mr. Mark Hanna for their charitable donation of this really nice and interesting looking train car, Crescent City train car. Well folks, this concludes my visit here to Dalton, Georgia. And if you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell. That way you get notifications every time I drop a new vlog. And with that in mind, good people, as this train departs, I depart along with it. And thanks for watching. Have yourselves a great day and look forward to the next one. Peace.